We answer your weather questions in a segment that we call Weather Wonders. This evening, meteorologist David Tillmans breaks down how a radar works.
You've probably seen plenty of images like this. It's the output from a weather radar. Meteorologists use radar every day to track storms. But how exactly does a radar work? The radar utilizes four main parts to collect and display data. First, the radar's transmitter generates a high-frequency signal known as a pulse. Next, an antenna sends out hundreds to thousands of pulses per second, each traveling at the speed of light towards objects in the atmosphere. Once it hits a target, the pulse's energy is scattered in all directions, with some of the energy being returned back to the radar and being received by the antenna. An object's distance from the radar can be determined by the time it takes for a pulse to be returned, and the size of the object is determined by its returned strength. When a pulse bounces back towards the radar, it is often very weak by the time it reaches the antenna. This is where the radar's receiver comes into play. Most radar receivers are designed to mix the weak signal of the returned pulse with a stronger reference signal. The radar then produces a third signal that is equal to the distance between the two, and it amplifies it to a point where it can be used for display and other purposes. Finally, once the signal has been processed and amplified by the receiver, it is sent to the display. This is where the data is often color-coded and projected onto a map with borders, cities, and other important features. This displays the information in a way that most of us are familiar with and are able to understand. This is the kind of picture you would see on our very own Fox 55 Severe Weather app. I'm meteorologist David Tillmans for Weather Wonders.
If you have